not showing a knife while live on TikTok, please let me know. And because I don't want to be a victim. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, definitely tune in, and you'll learn a lot. I'll be giving questions with their rationales. So typical NCLEX review questions. I'm just finalizing a few things here and there, and then we'll be able to learn together. Hopefully I can be consistent with it. That's my goal, because when building a team, you have to be consistent for your people to keep showing up, right? So that's my goal, and I'm looking forward to helping people through this journey. I've been through it. I've been through it. Yes, it can be overwhelming, that's for sure. I'm not gonna lie, because that's where I started my education from. I was an LVN in 2009. That's when I finished my LVN school, and then I went back straight to RN, LVN to RN, and right now I'm a nurse practitioner. So you can imagine I've gone through that in different aspects, and I can tell you, yes, it's overwhelming, but it is doable. It is doable, and you'll just do great. So definitely NCLEX review questions with rationales. So it's not just a matter of knowing that the answer is A or the answer is B, knowing why is it not C or why is it not D. Yeah, so that's one of the things that we'll be working on as well, to make sure you understand. And down the road, I'll have some private coaching, like in a, what do we call it? More like a subscription kind of, that you can get more coaching side by side or as a group. So that's one of the things I'm working on, and hopefully we can get things going. So what's your specialty as an NP? So I am dual certified in acute care and psychiatry, mental health. I started out as an acute care. I went back to school for psych, and right now I'm kind of doing both. And that's the goal, so I don't lose my skills in any. So it's been going well so far. And sometimes it helps as well, because you're able to differentiate, like, is it medical, is it mental? So being on that side where you're able to differentiate both is very, very good. Yeah, and if you're tuning in, welcome, welcome. My name is Claudine. I am just prepping dinner. I'm chopping up some collards here, and I feel like it's just, I'm doing a slow job with this chopping, but yeah, feel free to ask me questions. So you're asking how many years? Just a second. So I started out my RN career in 2011, and I didn't go back to school until 2014. So that was 3 years. And that was 3 years. And usually the rule of thumb or the goal is to make sure you are in a specialty that you're planning to go to. So let's say you are working as a school nurse, where mostly you do is working with kids, and as a school nurse, really there is not a lot of things that you can do. The most, I don't know, I really don't know much about school nurses, but let me use a different example, or an example where you're working in med-surg, but you want to go to psych. Excuse me. Not sure why all of a sudden I have psych. Hi. I see you all. Uh, so yes, so you have to really have your specialty lined with what your background is. I don't know if I'm making sense, but if you're planning to go for psych, definitely getting that background experience in psych is a must. It's very important because it makes you more comfortable when you start your education in that line. The same way they require those going for CRNA to make sure they have, yes?
There's one cupcake without the liner.
Yeah, because they fell down and the liner, it spilled, so we ended up removing the liner. Yeah, so just make sure your specialty is in the same line that you're planning to go to school for. Okay? Yeah, you got it. You got it. Micah, I'm Kenyan, but I'm not surprised because I've had people say I look Sudanese, maybe because of my complexion. But yeah.
Kenyan, just so you know.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for all the likes. I know I'm live on both my YouTube and my TikTok, so if I'm looking sideways, it's because I'm trying to read comments in both. So, South Africa? No, that's East Africa. Kenya is in East Africa. Yes, we've got to claim the beauty. That's true. I'm trying not to chop my fingers, so I'll be looking down a little bit as I chop these veggies, and I'll catch up here in a second. So I'm chopping my collard greens. This is part of the dinner for tonight. I started a little late. It's already 7 and the kids have school tomorrow, so I need to like speed up. What am I making? So I have collard greens. I'm gonna make some meatballs as well, some turkey meatballs, and then I have a little bit of tilapia, boneless tilapia fillet, and that's about it. Oh, and of course ugali. Is Nilko in the shower?
What's your bag say? Here's a bag say. Here's a bag say.
Okay. Would you help me close the blinds?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, real Kenyan dish. Yeah, and the collard greens I got from my small kitchen garden. So yeah, feel free to ask me questions, any nursing related questions. I'll be glad to answer those. Or any question in general. I would have put some music to keep us going, but I'll get a strike on my YouTube, so um, we'll just engage together here. So I'm chopping my collard greens. I'm told in TikTok you can't show a knife, you can't show an open bottle of wine or beer, like so many rules. So, oh wow, over 60 years, that's a long time. Yeah, that's a long time. I've been a nurse for maybe,
I can put music in.
don't put music on. I've been a nurse since 2000 and
Or
since 2010. That's when I officially became an LVN after my NCLEX. So a little over 15 years. You know, the last time I talked to a retirement specialist, he told me I have 19 years before I retire. And I said, no, I don't want to work for 19 more years. So I don't know.
15 plus 19.
We'll see. We'll see. But I'm definitely
15 plus 19 equals 30.
looking for different opportunities. Of course, even if it's not retiring fully or not working fully, but looking for less strenuous opportunities. Because sometimes we get too busy with work that we forget to really live the life. Yeah, actually, Kenyan's cost of living is a little. I think it's a little on the lower end, but it all depends on your source of income, how much you're able to leverage. But I know of people, even American-born people who've retired in Kenya or who've decided to relocate to Kenya. Like what kind of facility? Like a nursing home kind of assisted living? Because I bet those who don't want to go live at home with their family members will definitely choose that option. Or even those who may have family, but their family are not able to take care of them, and they can afford. So yeah, that's a thing. It's just like the assisted living, how it's now a lot in the US, where people are moving from the bigger assisted living facilities to more smaller ones like single family homes. Yes, definitely. So those are booming right now in the US. So yeah. It's a matter of just leveraging and seeing what is it that can work. What options does somebody have that can help them still enjoy life, but also help others make money, you know. By the end of the day, I think we all want to live comfortably, right? And enjoy life. Yeah. Yes, Lala. Yeah. That's a good dream, actually, and it's something achievable. It's something achievable. Just opening a facility, and you don't have to be there. It's called hands off, where you have somebody to do all the work for you, and of course you pay and you get your share. The main thing is to be able to have somebody you can trust, somebody who's well trained, somebody who is going to do the job when you're not there. Because if you're miles away, you don't want to be getting a phone call at 2 in the morning.
Got an email at 2 in the morning.
Because something is wrong, something that can be managed when you're not there. Yeah, so that's a good aspect to look at. And I think not too long ago, I saw there was a video of somebody who just opened an adult living area in somewhere in Nairobi, I think it was. I could be wrong, but it was in Kenya, which is something that's not very common. But I think once people realize what it really is and how it can benefit them, then you're gonna be getting people.
Can you eat spaghetti for them?
Yeah, I'm gonna make some meatballs.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah, so yeah, that's something to really consider. And just leverage on it as a source of income, whether as the only source or as a passive source of income. Yeah, so my collards are ready. My collards are ready, and I'm just going to chop some onions and some tomatoes, and then I'm gonna transfer over there to get started with cooking.
Okay.
Nina, can I make meatballs first?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm in the States, but I'm from Kenya. I visit Kenya
Once a year.
when able. Yeah. So I'm just chopping my onions. So I'm cooking collards, I'm cooking some meatballs, and then use the color, Mama. Yeah. And then put 45 seconds. It's over there on the air fryer. Put 50 seconds, okay?
15.
Yeah,
15.
50.
I'm just putting it.
For it to heat up real good. Yeah, so I'm just prepping some food here. One thing that helps me is meal prep, because with that I know there's food. I do varieties, but we have different tastes in this house, but we try to compromise when possible. You want me to get it for you?
Oh, sorry.
How many seconds did you put?
30.
Oh, thank you so much for the follow, and thank you guys for all the like. Msema ukweli, thank you so much.
Okay, this is so
Oh, Micah, thank you.
What
Have a good night as well. Thank you. I do appreciate your engagement and your follow. Yeah, thank you guys. Just hang out with me. I'm still here for the next few more minutes. So we can keep chatting. I'm gonna go ahead and get some of these things going. I forgot. I also have some dengu, some green grams. I'm not even sure what the actual name is in English.
Huh? For what?
To cook. Some dengu to cook. Did it warm up? Green grams, yeah. No, actually it's not lentils, it's green grams. Yeah. So I have just a little bit to cook. I always alternate between green grams and the banzo beans and lentils. So this week I'm doing green grams. Last week we did beans. And then for the other proteins, we always alternate between beef, chicken, and fish. Those are our major ones. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm gonna continue here for a few more minutes. I like prepping everything so that when I start cooking, everything is ready. So I'm just chopping up my tomatoes. So with this, I can cook two things at once. I make my meatballs the casual way. I don't. I get them frozen. So I have turkey meatballs frozen, which have been defrosting for some time now, and then I just add my spices, a little bit of seasoning, and then I do the paste and just call it a meal. And it turns out good actually.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
don't know it.
okay. I forget.
You want me to get it for you? Oh, you got it.
I got it.
Okay. Did it really warm up well?
Yeah. Okay, it's a little hot.
Okay, let it cool a little, okay? Yeah, guys, so thank you everybody for joining. I totally appreciate if you can comment, share, like. Let me know if you have any questions. And as I mentioned, I'm working on my NCLEX review
You know what now?
that I'll be coming live a couple of times a day. And this will be,
No idea. I didn't do that.
yeah, this will be to help those who are in school, those who have finished and are studying, or even for us as practicing nurses. We still, you know, learning never ends. If you
Does it?
if you know that. No, learning never ends, Mama.
So if you're 62, you still have to go to school.
No, you don't have to go to school, but you still have to keep learning. Yeah.
Like
So they
when
still
I
allowed
learned
to.
that the sun orbits the center of the galaxy.
Huh?
When I learned that the sun orbits the galaxy.
Mm-hmm. Think one more. Hey, Mama Asha, welcome. What do you need? Drink from the other bottle.
Okay.
Not too much though, okay? Yeah, so I'm prepping some meals here. And I'm about to move on to the other side so I can work on everything else. And Let me know if you have any question. All right, I think I'm done. Maybe I'm not. I need to rinse some spinach that I'm going to use for my fish.
Mm.
Yeah, welcome, welcome, welcome. The oil burn. Not sure what that is. So I have some spinach, and I use this for my my tilapia, just a little bit. And even though they say this is washed and cooked, I still wash mine. Washed and ready to go. I still wash mine. I just run some water underneath. I definitely inspect to make sure there's no visitors in there. And all I need is just a little bit because I have only 3 pieces of fish. So I don't need much. And then I just rinse it under water and I let it drain. All right, guys. So I'm gonna move my stands to this side. And let me see if I can position it so you guys can just see what I'm doing. So first things first. So these are my meatballs. I don't stress over meatballs at all. Just because all right, so I'm just setting my stuff here to cook. Let's see. Okay, I'm trying to raise my iPad. There we go, that's better. Alright, so I'm gonna use this for the fish and this for the collards. And I have my meatballs on this side. I don't think you can see those, but that's what I'm working on this side. So I just like multitasking.
You don't let me multitask.
Did you get enough food? Yeah. All right, and I have my fish over here. So for my meatballs, I just let it boil a little bit like that, and then I add my seasoning. So I don't go overboard with it, and it still turns out fine. That's how I've been cooking it for as long as I can remember. Yeah, I've seen people make meatballs from scratch, like they get the minced meat and they add everything else, their seasoning, their herbs, and then they form them into little balls and brown both sides. I don't do that. I just go the easy way. I can if I want to, but I just don't feel like it's something I want to do. So I usually I just get the ready one and I cook it the way it is. So for the fish, I'm just going to let it brown on both sides, and then I'm going to make the sauce for it. I don't know why this, it does this one. There we go. All right. So today I'm going to add diced tomatoes in there. And let's add just a little bit of tomato paste. So you see that the tilapia is brown already. So I just let them brown on each side. And then I think I'll just use the same pan. I sent it to the email. All right, so this is for the collard greens. So that's what I'm going to put in there. And in there is my tomatoes and the onion. And this is just the tilapia I'm browning. This first one didn't brown as well on that side, so let me flip it a little bit. And I'm just going to introduce colors. And this is a lot actually, so I'm not going to make the whole thing. Whatever is left, you usually just put in the freezer for next time. What on Thursday?
There are Girl Scouts sign up on Thursday at 7 at Postman.
At Postman? Why Postman? So I'm just going to make a little stew.
Someone's gonna try to steal from us.
No, I don't think they show that to people.
If they do, someone's gonna try to stop us.
So I use veggies, specifically spinach for my collard. So there's a way that I found that making collards no, sorry, not collards, but my tilapia. It just makes it taste different, gives it a different flavor, which I really love. And of course the spinach shrinks all the way, but that's not the main veggie that I use with it. It's just to enhance its flavor and its look. So you'll probably see what the end product is. And my meatballs are almost ready. So I'm just gonna top it up with a little bit of tomato paste. Not tomato paste, but I can't think. Spaghetti sauce. And then let it cook for a little bit more. And I'm just multitasking here, guys. So I'm making my collards on one side, I'm making my meatballs on another, I'm making my fish on another, and soon I'm gonna be making some ugali. So I use Prego for my spaghetti. For my spaghetti sauce, I just add a little bit because I already put tomatoes, crushed tomatoes in there. I don't want to put too much tomato paste because it's gonna change its flavor too much. Alright, you may wonder what kind of fish is this. Just hang out with me and you'll see what the end product is, because you'll want to taste it. So it's going to be creamy. So I have my cream. And I'm just going to put some turmeric and a little bit of fish masala. Sorry, I'm working behind the scene, but this is what I'm going to add on: turmeric. You know, turmeric is good for your joints. It's good for enhancing your immunity. And then next, I'm going to add a little bit of fish curry masala. So, because I'm working on the tilapia now. And I'm just going to mix the two, actually the three. You know, I've never understood why the spinach shrinks that much, you know. Like you can go from a full pot of spinach to something so tiny. It reminds me of when you work on overtime. You are super excited you're gonna get a big check, but then the tax goes almost with everything. And you sit back wondering, why did I even do the overtime? The other thing I like adding is sun-dried tomatoes. And I add just a little bit. So the sun-dried tomato it's preserved in olive oil, so you have to be really careful how much of that you use, because as you can see, the oil just makes it super creamy, and that's what we are looking for. So once we get to this, I reintroduce my tilapia. And the goal with this is to just make sure the tilapia absorbs the flavor, and turn down the heat and let it simmer for like 2 to 3 minutes on low. And at this point, actually, it's ready. You just need to let the fish absorb the flavor, because that's what we are looking for, the flavor in the fish. And at this time, sorry, I turned down the wrong one. At this time now, the meatballs are pretty much ready. And if you're wondering how they look like, look at that. That's ready to go. And what I'm going to do, I'll move the fish to the end there. So next thing I'm going to make is my dengu, or my green grams. Yeah guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. So I'm just prepping dinner here, and I hope you're having a wonderful evening. All right, so for the collards, it's halfway there. So I'm going to season it. I use salt, Royco, and cream, whipped cream. And then I'm going to let it simmer on low until it's soft enough. Yeah? Huh? Oh my goodness, I forgot about this. All right. I forgot about my oil there. So I have to wait for it to cool down. Oh, yes. Oh. All right, so let's get back to cooking these collards. Not collards, but the dengu. What do we call dengu again? Green grams. Meanwhile, I'm going to boil some water and get it ready for garlic. Let's do it. Thank you everybody for hanging out with me. I'm just finishing up here. I think I started at 6:30. It's almost 8. So I've got just a few more minutes and then I'm gonna call it a night so I can shift my attention to this side. Did you do that? follow the same example to work on your poem. Huh? You did it in class? Where is it? Do you have yours? Okay guys, I've got just a few more minutes, maybe like 5-ish, and then I'll call it a night. I do appreciate each and every person who's been able to hang out with me as I prep dinner for my family. We started out with washing and chopping the collards, and I'm now letting them just steam a little bit more on low here, just so they can soften, because it's still very hot in summer in Texas here. So the longer they stay out there, the harder they become. So I'm just making sure they are soft enough for us to enjoy. I also made my tilapia. Look how good that looks. Yes, that looks so good, and it's ready to go. Now I'm making some green grams over here, and then I'm going to make some ugali. Oh, Lala, thank you so much. Thanks for hanging out with me, and hopefully we can catch up next time. I do appreciate for your time and just being able to stay with me through this live session. All right. All right, guys, I've got 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes and I'll be out. If you're still watching, please give me those likes. And I do appreciate each and every person for hanging out with me, for your time. I don't take that for granted. I know you could have been somewhere else, but you are here. So I do appreciate. Joy. Joy. All right, guys, so I'm just winding up. I've got 2 minutes. I'm just winding up for the live session, and I hope you guys can join me next time. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna be putting up my information for NCLEX review, and hopefully people can join to learn, because that's the goal. Teach one and life continues, right? So this is my frozen green grams. Some of the things like beans, green grams, I make them in batches and then I freeze some. So this was from the freezer this morning, and it's ready. So I just need to season it and we are done. And for this, I'm just going to use my Goya, making it simple, and a little bit of turmeric. So Goya is one of the Hispanic seasons over here that I really like. It's very simple. Maybe I used too much. I don't know. And then I'll add just a little bit. So this is already seasoned with salt. Let me make sure. Yeah, it already has salt. So when you're using it, you want to be very careful not to add too much salt if you don't need that. Yes, so just one simple ingredient, or rather seasoning. But you can add whatever you want. I love turmeric just for the color, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add just a little bit of that. It gives some good color, but it's also very good for anti-inflammatory. So this is pretty much ready. I'm going to set it in the back and let it simmer on low. And to allow the seasoning to just absorb into that. So see, that's all set and ready. All it needs to do is simmer on low and it's ready. So this should be ready as well. All right. So let me show you. So I have my collard here. Just before I leave, so I have my collard. Sorry, my collard. And then I have my green grams. I'm just gonna switch it to the back so I can make ugali. And I let it simmer on low. And then I made some meatballs as well. And some tilapia. So guys, I'm going to make my ugali. Maybe you'll hang out with me as I make my ugali. That's the last thing I'm making, and then it will be time for late dinner. Yeah, it's 8:03, but it's a school night. Joy? All right, guys, so let's hang out next time, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and make ugali. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I do appreciate, and I'll see you next time. Bye.